This graph shows the migration of New Zealanders going into Australia. As you can clearly see, the red lines there, those red spikes, those represent the volume of New Zealanders that are going into Australia. So you can see the number is quite a significant percentage. What is it? 30,000 people out of 5 million people. So yeah, we had 10,000 per year average. If you average all that out, the line probably goes somewhere in this area here. There we go, 10,000 average. That's the first line there. It goes, that's the average that the loss is for the whole time. The record loss has been most recent, and it seems shocking to say the record loss. It sounds like things are really changing, but you can see from the graph, it hasn't really changed that much. It's just that some spikes are longer than other spikes. What does it signify? Does it signify people don't like New Zealand anymore? Well, if you look at the people going over there, they tend to be younger and more mobile, and that's just what people are going to do. They're going to have a nice, calm lifestyle in New Zealand, great for retirement, great for childhood. But when you get to a certain age, there's an attraction that you have naturally to go. Many people will want to go into the bigger cities, higher competition, warmer weather, see something new. There's a lot of things to be attracted to. Plus, look at this. Western Australia offers New Zealanders $10,000 relocation. If you're a tradesperson and if you qualify for one of those roles there, you probably would consider that as a free ticket to see a new place, experience a new thing, and potentially stay for a few years, maybe stay for the rest of your life. It's really up to you. Another thing this graph represents is how easy it is for New Zealanders and Australians to go back and forth anytime they want to and stay for as long as they like and work any place, retire any place, back and forth anytime with their own passport, not changing the passport. They get the work visa, they get the visa to stay. It's unlimited time limit. So it's not called a permanent visa. It's called visa 444, I believe. It's just what it means is that it's a special visa arrangement between New Zealand and Australia only, and they both offer each other an unrestricted entry. And despite that, the net migration out of New Zealand is always there, and it never really goes to a moment of net migration from Australia to New Zealand. New Zealanders do come back, but yeah, that may give you a little bit more of an insight into that. Let's look at the temporary and permanent visas. How is that changing? The crossover was in 1992. Look how stable the permanent visas are. I was surprised to see that green line going all the way across from left to right. Isn't that surprising? Very stable, very stable. So you can see now a little bit more what the game is about. When there's a huge demand, New Zealand employers can be picky and they'll select the best of available people from abroad. When demand is lighter, it may be different kinds of people that have different kinds of opportunities for getting in and a different approach for getting in. So for example, now most people agree that it's not easy to get hired in New Zealand. It's never easy, but it has been in the past much, much easier. In Australia, it's not so bad. It's easier than New Zealand to get hired in general. But this is not for everyone. I'm talking about in general. There are categories that are more easy in New Zealand to get hired. But let's face it, is migration easy? If it was easy, everyone would want to do it. It's not easy. Everyone must comply to the visa requirements and comply to the employer requirements and then comply to their own desires and opportunities that they would like to find. And really, you have these three bosses in competition, and all three of them must be satisfied, or there won't be any migration for that particular person. We see the rise of the permanent temporary class. What is that permanent temporary class? The bottom says here, bridging visa holders. These are the new permanent temporary class. They're stuck in Australia without a clear idea what to happen next. You don't want to probably be in that category if you have a family. Being alone, it doesn't matter. You can go back where you came from. But if you have a family and you're settling into Australia, you don't want to be bridging and waiting for that hopeful event that maybe they'll approve your permanent visa. That's what the game is. You do that and you make sure that you comply, and then you get in. So we're all risking the same thing coming in from abroad. Some people get there and they get stuck there and they keep reapply, and that's unfortunate. But look how big that volume is compared to the volume of permanent visas granted. Some of those people will be waiting too long. The rise of women principal applicants is a thing. If you look back only 27 years, 25 years, 26 years, you look back in this short period of time, back then it was 2-to-1 ratio, 2 men for 1 woman coming in as the principal applicant, which is still not bad if you consider probably what the global statistic is. But now what we're seeing is women are 1-to-1. So imagine that. You see 100 people, and 100 people are bringing in either themselves or their family, the principal applicant. And from those 100 people that are principal applicants, it's almost right down the middle at the moment. You'll see 50 men, you'll see 50 women coming in today. And before it would be a 2-to-1 ratio, which is probably still pretty good. So it shows equalization, and is it a good thing? Maybe women would say, you know what, I'd rather not be the principal applicant. I've got stuff to do. We've got young children, and I think I'm better off on that role for a while. I'll leave the door open for other options, but for the moment, I'd rather settle the family in. I don't know what percentage of people that is reflected in that. It doesn't say here in this graph, but for sure things have changed, and I guess most people would say it's a change for the better. Definitely the openness is there and the opportunity is there, which can't be a bad thing. I guess most people will be wanting to have a freedom of choice, and that choice has been, I think it's always been there. I think it's just a general trend in society. Now we have also the principal source countries. Where are those source countries come through? Where are they coming from? So in the 70s until the 90s, the UK was dominant. And the UK always had a dominance going way back to the beginning, but that has changed significantly. And that's not too long ago when the change happened. In 1993, Asia as a group was there. Now, I know that in the 80s, we had a lot of Americans coming over because I hear that story. And I also know that since 1993, we're getting into 2013, China was dominant. So I came in between those 2 dates. Now, I've been here as India has been giving the rise, and India is currently challenging China for the #1 role. As you can imagine, it's STEM graduates, it's IT people that are coming through. Not only, it's also business owners, business managers, decision makers as well. So that's it. I wanted to share this with you that we are having some changes here in New Zealand. It, as a country, has not changed in some ways. It's a beautiful, natural place with lots of green. Australia is a beautiful and natural place with lots of sun and cities. Both places have their attractive moments. Both are very similar in many ways and also very different in many ways. And if you get a passport to one, you have a living rights to get into either one, to live, to work, to retire. So it's a 2-for-1 deal, New Zealand and Australia. Take your pick, come on in.